Hi guys! Welcome back to Grade 9 Math class. I'm your teacher Ayen, wishing you a wonderful day ahead. For this video, I'm gonna show you the two different ways on how to find the sum and product of the roots of quadratic equation. But before we start, I want you to prepare a pen and paper to write your solutions as we progress with our discussion. Remember, you can always pause and play this video whenever necessary. You can even go back to the part of this video that you want to revisit to attain mastery. So, let's start! When we say sum, it is the result or answer we get on adding two or more numbers, while product refers to the result in multiplication. Now, there are two different ways to get the sum and product of the roots. First, we need to solve for the roots of quadratic equation, pagkatapos saka naman hahanapin ang sum and product. And the second one is by using the sum and product formula. Now, let's try the first one. Example, x squared minus 4x minus 21 equals 0. First, we need to find the roots of this equation. So you can use factoring, completing the square, or by using quadratic formula. For this example, I will use factoring. So factored terms of this trinomial would be quantity x minus 7 times quantity x plus 3 equals 0. Then apply the zero product property as we set each factor equal to 0. So first factor is x minus 7 equals 0. The second factor is x plus 3 equals 0. Solving for the solutions, first root is x is equals to 7. Second root is x is equals to negative 3. So next, after this, we can now solve for the sum and product. Now let's solve for the sum of the roots. In finding the sum of the roots, we will simply add the two roots, which is 7 plus negative 3. So simplify, that is positive 4. Okay, that is the sum of the roots. Next, for the product of the roots, we will simply multiply 7 times negative 3. So 7 times negative 3 is equals to negative 21. Here's the other way to find the sum and product, and that is by using the sum and product formula. Let's use the same equation. For this method, this is what you are going to do. First, make sure that the given equation is in a standard form of quadratic equation. It should be in a form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. As you can see in this example, it is already written in a standard form. So, what we will do next is identify the value of a, b, and c in the given equation. After that, we will now use the formula for the sum and product of the roots of quadratic equation. Sum of the roots has an expression of negative b over a. Substituting the value of b and a to this expression, so we have negative times negative 4 over 1. Simplify, negative times negative 4 divided by 1 is equals to positive 4. While product of the roots has an expression of c over a, substituting the value of c and a to this expression, so we have negative 21 divided by 1 is equals to negative 21. See, we come up with the same answer. Bahala na kayo kung anong method ang gagamitin ninyo. Para sa akin, kung hahanapin lang ang sum at saka product ng roots of quadratic equation, mas madaling gamitin yung pangalawang method. Pero, kung pinapahanap din yung roots ng quadratic equation at saka sum and product of the roots, yung unang method ang gagamitin ninyo. Okay, so let's have another example. So, uulitin lang natin yung proseso na ginawa natin kanina. Example number 2. 2x squared minus 3x is equals to 20. As you can see in this example, it is not written in a standard form of quadratic equation. So, we need to rewrite it first into standard form. It should be 2x squared minus 3x minus 20 is equals to 0. Next, find the roots of this equation by using factoring. So the factored terms of this trinomial would be quantity 2x plus 5 times quantity x minus 4 is equals to 0. Then apply the zero product property as we set each factor equal to 0. So first factor is 2x plus 5 is equals to 0 and x minus 4 equals to 0. Solving for the solutions, first root is x is equals to negative 5 halves and x is equals to positive 4. Now let's solve for the sum and product of the roots. For the sum of the roots, add negative 5 halves plus positive 4. Simplify, so the sum of the roots is equal to 3 halves. For the product of the roots, we will multiply negative 5 halves and 4. So the product is equal to negative 10. Second method, we will use the same equation. 2x squared minus 3x is equal to 20. Since the equation is not written in a standard form, we will rewrite it first into standard form. It should be 2x squared minus 3x minus 20 is equals to 0. And after that, we will identify the value of a, b, and c. Next, solve for the sum and product of the roots of quadratic equation. Sum of the roots is an expression of negative b over a. Substituting the value of b and a to this expression, so we have negative times negative 3 all over 2 is equal to 3 halves. While the product of the roots is an expression of c over a, substituting the value of c and a to this expression, so we have negative 20 divided by 2, and that is equal to negative 10. Problem solving. A rectangular garden has an area of 450 meters squared and a perimeter of 90 meters. Find its dimensions. Relate the measures to the sum and product of a quadratic equation. In this case, unknown would be the length and the width of the rectangular garden. It is stated in the problem that the given perimeter is 90 meters and the area is 450 meters squared. So here, perimeter has a formula of P is equals to twice the sum of the length and width, while area is the product of length and width. So substitute our perimeter to the formula, so we have 90 is equals to twice the sum of length and width. Divide both sides of the equation by 2. Simplify, so we have 45 is equals to L plus width. Next, substitute our area, so we have 450 is equals to length times width. So here, if our length and width represents the roots of our equation, it follows that 45 is the sum of the roots and 450 is the product of the roots. Remember that if the sum and the product of the roots of quadratic equation are given, the roots can be determined. So sum of the roots has an expression of negative b over a, while product of the roots has an expression of c over a. So in our standard form of quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, if we will try to divide this by a, it will lead us to x squared plus b over ax plus c over a is equals to 0. Our given sum of the roots is 45. And it has an expression of negative b over a is equals to 45. To write this one in a positive expression, all we need to do is multiply both sides by negative 1. So we will have b over a is equals to negative 45. So utilizing the value of b over a, substitute negative 45 to our expression, so we have x squared plus quantity negative 45x plus c over a is equals to 0. For the product of the roots in our given, it is equal to 450. Again, the expression is c over a is equals to 450. As we substitute 450 to our expression, it will lead us to x squared plus quantity negative 45x plus 450 is equals to 0. To write our equation in a standard form, we have x squared minus 45x plus 450 is equals to 0. So we can solve this by factoring. So the factored terms of this trinomial would be quantity x minus 15 times quantity x minus 30 is equals to 0. Then apply the zero product property as we set each factor equal to 0. So first factor is x minus 15 is equals to 0 and the second factor is x minus 30 is equals to 0. Solving for the solution, first root is x is equals to 15 and the second root is x is equals to 30. So in this case, we can consider that our dimensions of garden are 15 meters and 30 meters respectively. That's all guys. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye!